Hey guys, this is Tom from Numbers Game Lifestyle, and today we're going to talk about what makes a high value man. You'll hear a lot of guys talking in the red pill community about what makes a high value man. They'll have this huge laundry list of qualities that these high value guys have. They make well over six figures, 200 grand a year. They own their own business. They have a huge network of friends that are all high value and they all make a lot of money. And this is what makes a high value man. And you have to ask yourself, okay, that's this guy's definition of high value, but are you trying to sleep with men? Otherwise, why are you basing your value on what men think, right? Are you trying to sleep with men? Then yes, you should probably listen to what men consider high value. But I think the majority of us here are interested in women, right? That's who we want to get together with. So really, a man's opinion of what he considers high value in other men is completely irrelevant. Women decide whether you're high value or not men. Unless you're trying to sleep with men, okay? Then you should really consider that. But if you're trying to sleep with women, they decide whether you're high value or not. And it has very little to do with how much money you make or your network of friends and all of your high value friends. Really, let's break this down, okay? Sure, there are going to be some women that really prioritize a guy's income, his status. But those tend to be, let's face it, the older women that are looking for guys to take care of them financially in their old age, right? No 18-year-old is going to give a damn about your, high network, your big network of friends and your, six-figure job or your business that you've built. She's going to be fantasizing about the hot guy that works at 7-Eleven, right? She doesn't give a fuck. She doesn't give a damn about what he considers high value, his income. He just looks good. And it gets her wet. So this whole notion of high value guys I make this much money, they drive these cars and all this nonsense. Completely irrelevant to the majority of women, right? The majority of women, each woman's going to be a little bit different on what she prioritizes. Some women are going to prioritize the way a man looks, maybe the way a man how masculine he looks, whether he'd be good in bed. In a short-term relationship, that's what women look for. They don't look for a guy's income. If a woman wants to get laid, they look at, wow, does this guy get my pussy wet? And does he look like he'd be good in bed? Those are the big things. A woman goes to, wants to hook up with a guy. That's what she's thinking. Does this guy make me wet? Does he look like he'd be good in the sack? Nothing to do with his income, right? And young women, let's face it, the majority really have no interest in how much money you make. It's completely irrelevant to them. It's only once women get in, late 30s, 30 and above, where she starts to really think about marrying someone, and she's looking for that big meal ticket. In most cases, if she wants to be financially secure, she's going to look for the guy, that has the big six-figure job, the guy that's making 200 grand a year, and the guy that, has a big network of friends and all this nonsense. Yeah, those are the women. Chances are they're probably single moms in the, over 30. These women are going to be very interested in, the guy that makes a lot of money. They're the ones that are going to be interested. Consider that a high value guy. Now, sure, there are some outliers, some women are going to prioritize the guy's wealth a lot more than his looks, especially over the long term when they're talking about marriage. Other women will have, they'll have a good career and they'll have a job that, they feel very financially secure, they won't put much emphasis on the guy's finances. She'll be with a guy that makes less money than him just because money's not a big issue for her. You know, she's got her lifestyle figured out on her own. She doesn't need the man to, finance her lifestyle, in which case she's probably going to lean more towards a man's looks, and how sexy he is. So yes, this whole notion of like what men consider high value is completely irrelevant unless you're into sleeping with men. If you're interested in women, women decide whether you're high value or not. And let's face it, you could be a guy that works at 7-Eleven and be considered high value by women around you. They want to sleep with you. They want to be in a relationship with you. That's just how it works. And yes, the women that over 30 and, looking to really settle down, they're not going to be interested in that, the good looking guy with no money. That's just the way it is. This is equivalent to, listening to a woman define what she considers a high value woman. A high value woman is her own boss. She's a boss bitch. And she tells her man what to do. And she makes 6 figures a year. If any man would listen to that, they'd be laughing and be like, no man gives a shit about any of that. That's not what we consider high value. The majority of men will consider a woman's looks of whether she's high value or not. Her personality, whether she's easy to get along with, fun to be with. Then her value, she has high value in that case. But in terms of like her income, and her, bossiness has no relevance to her value at all, right? Her money, her status has no relevance to her value to men. Women have very different views on what they value the most. And a lot of the times it's going to depend on their age, their financial, their finances. If they have if they don't have much money, they're going to prioritize money. That's just the way it is. And that's how some guys get confused on thinking well, men view this as high value. It must mean it's high value. No, unless you're sleeping with men, it's the women. The women decide whether you're high value or not. Just like the men decide what's high value, what a high value woman is. A woman that's, looks good. In most cases, that's what most men want. Looks good, fun to be around, pleasant, positive, fun, upbeat, feminine. That's what most men are attracted to. That's what most men value in women. So a woman claiming oh, this is what a high value woman is, she's a boss bitch. She makes her own money and she tells her man what to do. That's a boss, that's a high value woman. No, every guy that's listening to that's going to be laughing his ass off, being like, what? No guy actually cares about any of that. And yes, the whole definition, man's definition of what he considers high value. He earns a lot of money. He owns his own business. He's got a big network of friends. Yes, that may be high value to a select few of women, generally in the older demographic, that are looking to settle down and be financially taken care of. But young women, they don't really give a damn about that. Most young women will not give a damn about any of that. Wealthy women won't give a damn about that because they already have their, finances covered, their lifestyle. They're happy with their lifestyle and they don't need some guy to, enhance their lifestyle. So yes, it completely depends on the woman, her age, her whole circumstance of what she considers high value. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you need any help improving your value to women around you, improving your looks, improving your body, improving your ability to, get laid, improving your ability to, attract women and keep them around for as long as you want them, then I help guys do that. There's coaching links down below if you want that. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching.